Lou Elizondo and the team have been haunted by what Navy pilots encountered over the Pacific in 2004 and over the Atlantic in 2015.
U.S. airspace is being violated by vehicles of unknown origin with advanced capabilities.
The objects were captured on video that Tom DeLonge was determined to show the world.
I was like, there's 3 videos coming. The first 3 videos of UFOs to be declassified in U.S. history.
The first video was taken by pilots from the USS Nimitz, who chased down the tic-tac-shaped object.
It's white, it has no wings, it has no rotors.
Maybe 40 feet. Large enough to scare the shit out of me.
The other 2 videos were believed to be recorded in 2015 over the Atlantic by stunned pilots from the USS Theodore Roosevelt.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
Elizondo and his partners are still grappling with the implications of what these Navy pilots saw.
This is an evolving story. I think we realize now that the USS Nimitz incident may be actually far more comprehensive than any one of us initially thought.
There's been some whispers now for the last 6 months that other individuals in the Navy on board the vessels and possibly other aircraft actually saw the tic-tac with their own eyes. I want to get to the bottom of it.
One of those individuals is now coming forward. Omar Lara was an enlisted sailor who worked on the Nimitz's aviation fuel systems.
Jets would come in, park, we'd fuel them up, they'll disembark.
In November 2004, the Nimitz led a carrier strike group on a training exercise off the Southern California coast that included an attack submarine and the advanced radar-equipped USS Princeton. Several days after the infamous tic-tac video was taken, Lara says he was on the Nimitz deck responding to what turned out to be a false alarm of a man overboard.
All the jets had left, except for the personnel who take care of maintenance and the work centers on board the aircraft carrier. And a sailor had fallen overboard. And at that time, a man overboard was called, and everyone needs to report in person. So we ended up on the fantail, starboard side, looking towards out to the vast oceans and a beautiful panoramic view. And out of nowhere, this object drops out from the sky at incredible speed. It just plants itself right above the ocean. The object itself was this white, luminescent object. This thing did not stop or slow down up until maybe 100 feet above the waterline, and it stopped on a dime. Then it zipped off to our right at incredible speed with no sonic boom. You had to literally move your torso a slight turn to your right to follow it. The speed and the maneuverability of this object is nothing that I've ever seen in my 10 years in the United States Navy.
Mr. Lara's testimony is very important because Mr. Lara is reporting the same type of maneuvering that was described by the pilots. You have Mr. Lara substantiating instantaneous acceleration. You also have hypersonic velocities and this ability to seemingly defy gravity. You don't have wings and you don't have any obvious means of propulsion.
I do not believe that what I saw was made on this planet. If it wasn't made by us, then you can count us off as the #1 superpower. This thing just basically made you feel smaller. It's a paradigm changer.
But perhaps what's most striking about Lara's alleged sighting is that it was unknown until the videos were made public. "16 years after the Nimitz incident, the team investigates evidence of a cover-up.
Gentlemen, great to see you all again.
The team is following a trail that could lead to the U.S. military's own black projects.
This last year and a half, 2 years has been pretty monumental in what we've been able to collectively achieve regarding the topic. You have an acknowledgement by the Department of Defense that the videos were authentic. And you also have an acknowledgement now from the Navy that these things that are depicted in these videos are truly unidentified aerial phenomena.
We have to figure out what that is.
Jim Semivan spent 25 years working as an operations officer for the CIA.
It's a fundamental issue for the intelligence community. It's a fundamental issue for the FBI, for heaven's sakes, for DIA, for CIA.
For them to have that level of ignorance is astonishing. We have irrefutable evidence of an intelligently controlled vehicle defying science, something operating beyond what we even thought was possible.
The Pentagon officially said that there was nothing else involving the USS Nimitz incident, nothing to see here. But there is indeed more information involving the Nimitz. You still have the Department of Defense to some degree dragging their feet. Just recently, they acknowledged the fact that there were more videos in their possession, and they also had some classified briefings that they were not going to release to the public.
It might be something like, okay, we have another picture of that same Tic Tac at the same location, but from a different system. There was a classified system.
I think it's interesting because it shows that there's still a segment within the U.S. government that is, for some reason, hesitant or resistant to have the conversation.